Going on, Coach?
What's up, Coach? Man, those that are on this stream, we want to say welcome to our first Go Get It Basketball Academy live with
Welcome.
Coach and I, Coach Rich. I'm Coach Leo. You just
I'm Coach Rich. Hi.
My name is anyway. Appreciate you guys showing up to this live stream.
Yeah, we do appreciate it, guys.
Inviting you into our world. Coach and I have been talking hoops and playing hoops, coaching hoops for a long time, and we said, man, we need to just start putting this stuff out there, capturing it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like, guys, Coach and I, we love doing this. We love breaking down the game, teaching kids, and man, we just felt this would be a great way to share our love and try to just imprint something upon you guys that you can add to your game. I mean, our desires for you guys to excel and to tap into that potential that God has blessed every athlete with, right? We all have a level of potential. And it's, it's different levels. But for us, our desire is to help you tap into that so you can become the best player on and off the court as you can be.
Yes.
Or teammate, we say, best teammate, player and teammate, right, Coach?
There you go, Coach. There you go. I love it. I love it because, this is a team sport. So during this live stream, we're going to have opportunity for some of you to ask some questions. We're going to stop at different points. But as you guys know, we're going to break down Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is definitely one of my all-time favorite point guards at the college level and at the pro level. But we're going to go back and really focus on him playing in college, and you will understand why he's such a dominant pro. As you guys saw in wherever you guys saw on the live stream, the emails, whatever, is we're talking about his foundation, his footwork, just the things that we're going to break down in this and things you're going to pick up on. And we hope you learn from this live stream because we're going to have some fun doing it. Ain't that right, Coach?
Absolutely. Yes, we are. So remember, as we go through and we break this down, we're going to break some of his highlights down in college. As we go, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and we'll try our best to answer as many as we can.
Yes.
We want this to be as interactive as we can make it, but ultimately we want you guys to learn something so you can take elements of what we see in Brunson and add it to your game so that you can help yourself become a more complete player and help your team become a better team so you guys can ultimately get some W's.
Yes, we like them W's, Coach. We like them W's.
Yes, sir.
Come on. All right, Coach. Let's go ahead and pull this video up so you guys follow along with us. And Coach, you go ahead and man that video. Ooh, man, look at that. In the background.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch his highlight videos from the NCAA tournament top plays. So it's gonna be good. So buckle up and let's get it.
Let's get it.
First, look at the haircut. Got the haircut. I'm not used to seeing the low cut from the jump. The low cut, and look at the follow through. We got the cut and the follow through. Young Brunson right there.
Leave it. Come on.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Come on.
Y'all into this world. We just want to let you guys know. Me and Coach, we always have fun when we talking and learning hoops. Listen, we're gonna have some fun. We hope you guys have fun watching along with us. We got Coach. We got about 8 live right now, and so it's our first time. So like I said, we welcome everybody that jumps in. So let's get it, Coach. Coach, back up that play a little bit real quick. I want to see something here. All right, letting it play out. Notice how he's just corner drifting and he's come back and meet the ball and pull up. All
right, let's go through that. Yeah. But again, Coach, what do we always say? When do your shots start?
On the catch.
On the catch. Look at him. He's ready. He already knows the advantage that he has.
Yes.
And one thing you will notice, a lot of these defenders, they lose sight of their man, and they tend to get out of position. And we always say, take what the defense give you, because eventually they'll give you the game. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, Coach.
Catch.
Come on.
Hands in the pocket, shooting pocket. He was ready to go. Again, watch, catch, and ready. Hands down.
Yep.
He didn't give the defender any opportunity to close out because he already knew he had an advantage. His hands was ready on the catch, and he fired.
Coach, as you go back And if you could slow that speed down just a little bit,
Right.
Coach. The reason why I want to, we're gonna sometimes we're gonna speed it up, sometimes we're gonna slow it down. And the reason why I want them to slow it down, I want you to look at the defender. So I talk to players all the time when you're in the offensive end. Make sure that defender that is guarding him, right? He's looking at the ball handler. So Jalen already has an advantage. He has an advantage. So no matter how, whether he shoots the ball in a corner or whether he meets the ball, at the end of the day, the dude's beat. No way he's getting to this shot. So way to meet the ball. Go ahead and let that play out, Coach. Brandon, I see you. And I'm glad you love the breakdowns. Thank you. I see you in the chat. Appreciate that, Brandon.
Look at that too, Coach. But notice the number 3 as he's bringing. What does he do? Although he sees what the advantage is, he can see what the defenders, how they're eyeing him. So what he's going to do, he's going to bait them, attacking them just to give Brunson enough space to be able to catch and shoot.
Yes.
So he has a plan. Like we always tell our players, I mean, you want to be a threat, right? You want to be you don't have to be a threat just shooting the ball, but also you want to be able to attack and to collapse the defense, right? So that you can assist for someone. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to go straight line attack. Yep. He's going to drew him just enough. Look how there's no way he's going to get back to recover on that. Brunson's ready, catch, and shoot. If you're ready on the catch, you don't have to get ready after the catch. And if you notice Brunson, he was ready on the catch, smooth, catch, fluid, money.
Coach, I like that. We teach that in our practices, Coach. Draw, penetrate, and kick, right? And that just understanding that the passer puts it in his pocket. So it's another thing you don't want to miss out on. So you young guards, put yourself in the shooter's position. Where do you want the ball? Everybody has some type of shooter's pocket, right? And so, and Coach and I talk about all the time, between your belly button and your chin is where your pocket's at. But if I'm a passer, I'm looking at that thing. So in practice, that's when I'm studying the players that are on my team, especially if I'm a PG. You PGs want to make others better around you. Learn how to put them passes right in the pocket. All right.
All right, we go. Kick it, catch, pull up, money.
Yes.
Like it.
I like that. Captain Rex over here commenting. He says, 1, 2, 3, go get it. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's see what we got next here.
Come on.
Still.
Okay. With the push. Okay.
Hold on. First, man, one thing as coaches do not like is players who are stagnant, right? Players who get the rebound or get a steal and they're pumping and they don't have a plan. You can tell he has a plan. He's looking for Brunson or looking for a guard immediately. Soon as he gets that steal, boom, he's looking. Brunson's out, pushing the ball up the court.
And if you notice here, see, look at this, Coach. We talk about this all the time. Please, if you're watching this, pay attention if you want to understand this game. The guy guarding Brunson, we all know he's bigger than Brunson, taller than Brunson. Brunson just goes straight AB line. We talk about getting straight to the basket. He's not worried about getting a shot blocked. He just goes straight to the basket and he beats the guy to the point. A lot of times players will stop. They will pump fake 100 times because they're afraid to get their shot blocked. Listen, it ain't like none of us as players have gotten our shot blocked. It's going to happen. But he's just like, yo, I'm going to beat you to the rim. Straight line drive. He didn't circle around and go out wide. He went straight to the basket, which I love. And yes, Megan, Brunson's game is smooth. or is that man, my man? Oh, Rich, that was Rylan. I think he's on his mom's account. He's like,
Rylan, what's up, man?
What's up? I love it. Come on, way to interact. So I'm watching, so you guys know, Coach is man in the video, the camera, and he's doing his thing. But I'm also watching on the side, for the chat. So I love it that you guys are talking. So as we're playing this, if you got any even questions as we get through this, as we start watching the video, because we're going to talk about it, right? We're going to talk through this video, but we're going to have some Q&A because we want you guys to be able to shoot some questions at us and stuff like that. So I love it. So what's up with my people out there?
And then also it's like, as you know, I always say, Coach and I don't know everything, but what we do know will help you better. And we don't see everything. So as we're going through that, if you see something, Come on, point it out. Let us know.
Call
Hey,
it
we
out.
want to learn too, right? You should
Yes.
every day you should be always willing to learn and get better. And that's what we're learning and willing to get better.
As coaches, we check our egos at the door. Anytime coach and I are working together, and when I'm working with coaches, check your ego at the door. No offense. No offense. It's not about us as coaches. It's about the players that we sow into. So we are trying to leave our mark, leave our mark on all these individuals we get a chance to coach and those that are watching as well. So yes, Coach Wade, I see you, man. Let's go. What's up, Coach Wade? Hope you feel better, my friend.
Yeah,
Hope you
man.
feel better. So let this play out. Let's get some Jalen Brunson action, Coach. I know we've been talking.
My bad. We're talking a bit much. Yep.
Hey. So once again, I'm telling you guys, this is a look into our world. We do this pretty much every other day, if not every day. Hey, go back a little bit on that, Coach. I got to watch that whole thing play out because there's some things that are happening with this. So Jalen Brunson, okay, he's moving, he's coming down. All right, let's see it. Okay. Locates a player. Then what? He doesn't just stand, he relocates. Creates space. Now the player cannot recover. So he had already penetrated and touched paint. And then he backed out, drew the defenders, kicks it out. And then he gets the ball back and gets a wide open shot.
Like play guards. You want to be that player that draw this type of attention. Look at this.
Yes.
He got 4 guys.
4 of them
circling around him, right? And as he go, he knows it. So what he does, most guys, they see this pressure here, which is not pressure. They see this as heat immediately. And what do? They just stop and pass the ball. No, he was like, I'm going to draw you a little bit more. I'm going to get you a little closer. Everybody here, kick it out. Heads turn. Defense making a mistake. Why? Because whoever man this is, right, you lost track of him because you're following the ball. Like Coach say, Brunson, he just relocates. Steps out. Money.
Hey, Coach, once he makes a shot, pause it for a second, Coach. All right. I want to give a quick shout out to the mid-range. I'm not sure who that is, but the mid-range, they said good offense, but worse defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that relocation is super skills. 100%. Here's the thing. We talk as coaches, right? You got to see ball man. Okay. In this situation here, they were all ball watching. So 4 guys were looking at the ball. They were drawn to the ball. So they lost track of the other people. So once Jalen Brunson passed the ball, everybody's head turned towards the ball. I know some of our players that are watching, Coach. We talk to them all the time. Stop ball watching. If my teammate says I have the ball, I got to trust that he has the ball. And I'm letting him know that I got your help. I'm either playing that gap, that split position, or I'm backside help. I'm helping ball side, or I'm helping weak side. Regardless of the fact, you should be in one of those positions. We got 2 guys that one guy is helping on the left side, other guy's helping on the right side, and the other 2 guys are ball watching. So listen, that's why Jalen Brunson gets his open shot, because there was no rotation. And a quick note, man. Me and Coach was talking about this earlier, and Coach, I want to get your feedback on this. When a defensive player goes to help out his teammate, what should happen next?
Well, this number one, it's who's helping. That's the thing. you got 2 guys. Number one, if you see this, who's guarding Brunson? And we don't know who's guarding Brunson. It looked like they're in a scramble. Well, even if there is a scramble, you have to know who the best player is on the court.
Yes.
Right. There should never be this much space between the ball and Brunson.
Nope.
This guy should be up. Right. And if he's up, he's there. The ball, once the pass is made, he can contest the shot. But they're so concerned about here that they totally forgot about my man Brunson. So defensively, they're all scrambled and all out of pocket anyway. I mean, so someone was going to score anyway, because right now he has the ball. I can't remember if he dribbled or not, but he can even attack a little bit more and collapse him, and then he has 2 options.
Yeah, he set him up on. He set up on the break, Coach. He pushed it, and when we talk about players, is just touching paint. When you touch paint, what happens is the defense is forced to help, and the defense collapses. But here, one of the things is, and it's important, players. When you have the game, Jalen Brunson is one of those guys. His game is so smooth. He's always under control. He plays at his speed. He does not let you speed him up, but he's skilled. and he plays off of 2 feet. Great. And, like the mid-range had a good one on here where he's talking about, man, the defense is scrambling because he had already gained the advantage for the offense. Because the defense doesn't have a clear understanding of what their game plan is. I mean, it's no offense against UNC Asheville, but we know they're not at the same level as Villanova, especially this year.
Hey, Coach, Coach, D1, they should know that.
You know what?
It doesn't
My
matter.
bad, Coach.
No matter where they are, sound defense is sound defense.
My bad, Coach.
These are D1 athletes.
True.
We cannot do that. Don't give them a pass. Sound defense is sound defense. Right. I mean, your championships are won on the defensive end. Yeah, you have to score buckets, but if you can stop them from scoring buckets, you give yourself a better opportunity to win. And again, they're scrambling around so much, they don't even know who they're guarding.
No,
which makes it so much easier for someone who has an IQ like Brunson.
Well,
they're giving them.
Who do you think when they was preparing for this game? Okay. Who do you think was in the game plan? So you players know that if you are an elite player, if you're a top player, the scouting report is built to stop you. And the fact that Jalen Brunson gets a wide open shot tells you those dudes ain't following their scouting report. All right. So when your coaches give you a scouting report of certain players, know where that player is at all times and make sure number one, Jalen Brunson doesn't get a wide open look. All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry. We harping on my man, but man, look at this. What? Come on. Take what the defense gives you, because eventually they'll give you the game.
Yeah, Coach. I'm just looking at this defensive rotation, man. It's man. You know what? Let's go ahead and go on, Coach, because we can spend a lot of time.
Hey, quick story. Hey, so this just reminds me, because we're at this one spot. When I was at the University of Michigan, man, I forget who we were playing, but we had a film sessions, man. So D1, so just so you know, D1 film sessions can get really, really boring because the lights are out. You're like in the nice seats, man. Yeah. And a lot of time cats be falling asleep. Man, I remember Coach Fisher, man, he stayed on one play just like this for 45 minutes.
45 minutes, Coach.
Everybody's mistake on this one bucket. Oh, and that just brought that. We keep going back, but man, now I see it, man, because it's so much that you can point out, right? Just in one little possession.
Yep.
But sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, let it play, man. Listen, we want to break down Jalen Brunson, but here's the reality. We also want to teach. Right, and we may not get through this whole video. We may get through only half of it because we want to leave some time for some Q&A, especially for those that tune in. We want to respect you guys' time. We appreciate you guys tuning in. All that are viewing right now. Thank you. We appreciate you. Go ahead, Coach.
Thank you. All right, let's go.
Yes.
All right, number one, why did that work? Why did that screen? He said a ball screen, but he wasn't even facing. Because once he starts moving, you can't. The screener can't move. But Brunson, smart enough to bait this man with and I'm noticing he loves that little in and out, Coach.
Yeah, he got it with both hands.
In and out. Yeah.
Man, we talk about that, Coach. In and out move, how important it is. It just gives somebody make somebody bite just a little bit. The dude he bites off of it, and then go ahead and talk about that, Coach.
But he starts off right. But I think he even sold him on that in and out, right? Well, he made him turn.
Ooh.
He sold his old man on that in and out. But notice how even though he's turned, right?
Yes.
He is still an obstacle, right? He's still a screen. Yeah. And notice how Brunson comes off of him, and it leaves number 22 no room to recover. A lot of times what we do, we allow defenders to push us out, right? A lot of guards allow these defenders to push them out. So the screen is ineffective. But watch how Brunson uses this.
Uses this pick.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at he's so tight. My man had no space. No space.
Coach, I love how you use, but look at the defender and the help. Look at what coverage is he playing. So if you guys don't know, that's what it's called, drop coverage. You play that kind of coverage when you don't respect the guard shot. But that's Jalen Brunson. Yeah. Make that make sense to me, Coach, that this guy is playing that deep in the paint and he's supposed to be helping. Man, Jalen Brunson, man, watch what he does in this situation, man. Go Go ahead, coach.
But then, sorry, coach. But then he knows the screen is there, and he's still playing. He's dropping. He knows the guy. He's feeling him right here.
He not showing it. He not listen. Hey, nothing he can do, coach. But let that play out and watch what Jalen does, and the importance of the mid range.
Yeah,
man. Listen, learn to play at 3 levels. Yes. If you can play at all 3 levels, you become an effective scorer. If you're a predictable scorer, if you're one of those scorers that can only shoot to 3 and make layups, I'm gonna tell you, man, you're one of those guys that I used to love to play against. And then, and I know, coach, we talk about that all the time. But if you can score at all 3 levels, the defense is always at your mercy. Right. And that's why Jalen Brunson, a guy like this, we're watching his college film because we want you to understand how this guy is doing the same thing at the NBA level. And if you look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, and I know, coach, I want to touch on this, and you can let the highlights play. We'll catch something here, but I want you guys to get this nugget, right? Jalen Brunson, if you say, hey, man, what is his superpower? Is it speed? Is it athleticism? Is it like just, does he shoot like Steph Curry? Does he have handle like Kyrie? Does he have speed like a Russell Westbrook? Nah. But, man, let me tell you what that guy's superpower is. He is fundamentally sound. Man, he can play off of 2 feet better than some big men. His ability to manipulate things with his footwork, watching him play, it's a joy to watch. So I enjoy watching him play in college, and I enjoy watching him play at the pros. And this is something that we tell players. You can actually duplicate players like Jalen Brunson. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get this level, because to be at his level, you got to be extremely disciplined to put in the work he put in with his dad. So I'm not telling you could be Jalen Brunson, but what I'm saying is he's an easier guy to duplicate than somebody like Steph Curry or Kyrie Irving. Those guys, man, they got some special talents that, like, it's hard to teach what Kyrie has, and it's hard to shoot like Steph. So, but Jalen Brunson is a fundamentally sound, incredible superstar basketball player because he has the foundation down. So I just wanted to vent a little bit, coach. That's a happy vent, though. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's all good, man. Boom, look at that. At that in and out again, you have to respect him, right?
Hey,
it's with that in and out. He knows the screen. He sees the screen. Jalen freezes him with that in and out.
Yes. So he rejects the screen with an in and out, and the defensive player completely opens up just because he gave him that fake, like he was going to use the pick. The big guy, see, this is what you got to pay attention to. Don't miss this, players. The big guy was ready to show. So because Jalen decided to reject the screen and he used the in and out to do it, he's able to get to his spots. And so elite players are trying to get to their spots. And this is exactly what he does here. Go ahead, coach. Let that thing play.
And think what he's going to do, though. He created an AB line, which we always talk about, right? Creating that AB. He's created. You can see that gap all the way. See what he does.
Yes.
Step on through. Patience. I love the patience.
Coach, man. You got to just look at my man. First of all, what does he do first, coach? He pump fakes. Watch this right here. He's like, pump, pivot, up.
Step through.
Listen.
Up and under, step through.
Listen. Footwork. Pay attention to the feet, fellas.
Fundamentally sound.
We teach a lot of times in our clinics at our basketball academy, understanding the ability to pivot. Penetration, kick, corner. He's ready to shoot. He's ready to shoot.
That just looks familiar to earlier one of the plays, right? He's attacking.
Look at him.
He's attacking. This guy's trying to take the charge.
Yep.
And he sees that, so he's ready.
And look at him get the
hands. He could have backdoored if he wanted
to. He could have, but he can shoot that thing. So he said, "I'm gonna go ahead and let it fly."
That's like a layup to him. So
hands ready. Even though the pass wasn't perfect, at the same time his hands were ready, so he was ready on the catch. Come on. I like this. I like this. Come on, Jalen. What you got for us? Okay. Reading.
Look at that.
Okay. All right. Coach.
Again,
Coach, come on, Coach. Please talk about that.
again. I don't know.
I want to listen to you, man. Break that down, Coach. Tell me what you see.
I don't know what the defender is thinking right there. I could have swore this is the man on the squad, right?
Hey, Coach.
I'm assuming that this is the man on the squad.
And
I don't know why he's back here.
Hey, Coach, this is the second game of the tournament, so he already has film, right?
Yeah.
They know he's on the scouting report. There is no way their coach says play drop coverage on Jalen Brunson. And his hands are down.
Say's back. Let's say it's behind him, like he about to jump.
Dude, Jalen's already got him.
Oh, he's pointing. My bad. He's pointing back. Okay, you forgot this the man right here. What you pointing back there? Get him. No, you get him.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Wow, he pointing. Watch. He gonna point. He pointing like you. Go get him. Get him. No. What about him? He's pointing. Nobody getting him though. You pointing at him. You pointing at him.
Yeah. Let's not miss this teaching moment on defense too, Coach. Okay. All right. So you players need to understand this. All right. We pause it real quick. The bad guy, okay, he is the one that's supposed to be making the call. What are we doing here? Are we blitzing this? Are we icing this? Are we switching it? Because if it's a switch, then he should be up. Because that's Jalen Brunson. We're like, nah, man, we're not giving you any space. We're going to take away your airspace. The big guy, he's already decided that the one that's getting picked, he already decided, hey, man, I'm going to go ahead and switch. I don't know if you said it or not, but it doesn't look like it. But with Jalen Brunson, you got to be trying to get the ball out of his hands because he's too much of a scorer. It's like, nah, dude, somebody else is going to have to beat us. You're not going to beat us. So we about to blitz you here. But they didn't blitz him. They didn't, so he comes in, steps right into his shot. All right,
the most simple thing with this is just switch.
Just switch.
Just switch.
And
just switch. At least make him put the ball on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just let him. You know what I'm saying? Make him attack a little bit. Dribble a little bit more. Don't just he just walk into a jump shot.
Just.
Okay. I'm just gonna. You're gonna give me that. There we go.
Too late. Because once a shooter has a picture of the rim, you putting your hands up after they got they're in their shooting motion is too late. The reason why is they already judged the distance. So they already know what they need to get the ball to the rim. So they've already taken a picture. So I'm just giving you a standpoint from the shooter. Shooter gets a look at the rim. They've already taken a picture of the rim. It's money. It's lights out. That's why when you see people try to close out on Steph Curry, man, listen, the dude can shoot. Jalen Brunson, he gets in his rhythm. He can shoot. Bottoms, all right? Go ahead. Yeah, Coach, come on. Let's keep this rolling. Listen, if y'all have any questions, right, in the background, ask them. We can stop. We have no problem with answering any questions, but we want to make sure as we watch this video, we want to make sure that we're what's the word I'm looking for, Coach? That we are giving you what engaging, giving you what you're here for. You're here to learn. You're here to grow. You may be here just to hang out with us, and that's cool too. But at the same time, if you got any questions, especially from players, we want to give to you guys. And it's a lot of knowledge between Coach and I say this with all humility. We love this game and we want to give it to you. Our playing days are over. Our coaching days I think it's just getting started. But we want to have some fun. So if you have any questions, let us know.
We just want to give you guys an opportunity. I mean, if we can teach you something, man, that'll help you become a better player, that's our goal. That's our objective. And if you see something and you have a question, just interact, man. That's what this is for. We're doing this to interact with you and to help you, give you some nuggets if we can to help you add to your game. That's all we're trying to do. Trying to put a little thumbprint of all these years of basketball that we have. Trying to put a little thumbprint on you to help you become a more complete player.
1% better every day. 1% better every day. So no questions, Coach. I think we got a quiet. That's all right. The next one, next live we do. We may have some people put in some questions earlier.
It's the first one. Look at this though. Again, frozen just a little bit.
Ooh, Coach.
Again, if you notice with Brunson, he doesn't mess around. Whenever he has an AB line, what does he do? He attacks that line. He attacks the bucket. He goes downhill. And that's what players need to learn how to do. I mean, if you can learn to take what the defense gives you, and also learn to have counters is going to make you a more complete player.
Mm-hmm. And just certain things just to freeze players. He does a little
Yeah.
subtle in and out just to freeze the player enough that he makes sure he gets to a shot, and then he puts the ball away from the defender because he practices finishing. Yeah. One of the things about the game of basketball, you have to be able to finish around the basket. And if you know, all you young ladies and young men watching, do you practice finishing? Jalen Brunson has an incredible finishing package. Off of 2 feet, off the one leg, off the bump and goes, all the different things, man. This dude, man, I love watching Jalen Brunson play, man. Coach, we can watch this all day. Let that film roll because I want to see what else.
But hold on, Coach.
Okay, what you got, Coach?
Okay, so most players, they make a bucket like this over a big guy. What do? They celebrate, right? They want to look at the player. They're gonna jump a little bit, you know, do that little turn. What does this cat do? This cat. He goes, and the first thing he does is what? He is sprinting down the court, sprinting to get back on defense. Just a little nugget, guys.
Hold up, Coach. Man, don't let that. You said he did so he made the bucket, and so he didn't do any extra cheering and point to his mom in the stands and be like, "Mom, look at me." So he sprinted back.
Back.
We know the NBA is a little bit different because, hey, listen, it's more entertainment, right? College guys on these scholarships. He's like Jalen Brunson said, man, like Barry Sanders. I act like I've been there before. So he's acting like he just like, listen, I do this all the time. I scored a layup. My job is to get back on defense. But we got to give his coach props. Jay Wright was one of the best college coaches in the history of college basketball. Man, I was sad to see him retire because he had so much to offer. I don't know his reasoning, but at the end of the day, man, I miss him as a coach because he think about it. 4 of his guys on his championship team right now are playing for the Knicks, and they're all contributors. Hey, just saying, man, that dude can build some players, or he can train some players. They do a good job. So, yes, I got a little Corey over here. He says, man, appreciate you, coaches. When you switch on a screen, it's always good. It's always a good idea to press up on the offensive player. Kelvin Sampson at Houston talks about meeting offensive players at the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage. I like that. At the line of scrimmage.
Kelvin Sampson, man. Yes. He's one of those college coaches, man, that I'm trying to figure out a way to get into one of his practices, Coach. I just want to watch. I want to watch, man. And,
we got to figure that out.
We got to figure that out because I want to learn. I got to call. You got to call some of your friends, man. I got to call some of mine. We got to figure out how to get into a Kelvin Sampson practice. That's
if somebody watch this and know Coach Sampson,
yes,
hook us up, man. Get us into a practice. We'll love to learn from him.
I'm bringing my notepad, Coach. I tell you, young fellas, have a notepad. Always be taking notes. Every time I got a chance to be around great basketball minds, I was taking notes. Kelvin, hit us up. We want to come see a practice.
He makes that pass, Coach. Look at the joy. The scream. The excitement.
Yes.
Love it. He wasn't selfish. He could have got that himself, right?
Jalen, he could have, but that's team.
That's my teammate right there. He running hard. Big fella running hard. Let me go ahead and give him a good pass.
Coach, they're teammates in the pros. Think about that. These guys was playing at Villanova together. Now they're teammates with the Knicks, and they're doing the same thing many years later. Ooh, love it. Come on, Hart.
That's great.
Come on.
That's great.
Look at the bench. See,
play. Oh yeah, that bench excitement. What do we know? A lot of times, man, this summer we look on the bench. Them cats sitting down. They mad because they ain't in the game. They not celebrating, and I can't talk. I used to be upset sometimes. I didn't celebrate enough for my teammates because I wanted to be in. So I get both sides of it, but it's better to be engaged, right, than not.
Listen,
and Coach, these guys are engaged, so it's better to be engaged than not.
I wasn't the heavily recruited player you was, so I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. If you want to get on that court, you better find different ways to make sure the coach notices you. And I was that guy that on my days sitting the bench, because there was a time that I was sitting the bench, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I was like this, yo, man, I'm gonna make sure I get on that court somehow.
Coach see you, bouncing up and down, screaming out, "No, help!"
So y'all quiet ones that may get like 3 to 4 minutes a game, and y'all over there sulking, hey, you might want to find a way to cheer for your teammates. And hey, the coach might look at you and be like, man, that dude got energy like that. Let me get him in the game. I'm just saying that might be a little cheat code because
I see somebody. I be like, that cat, he engaged. He got, come on, man. He trying to tell him he know what he doing. Let's go. Show me.
Yes, coach. Hey, that got me some minutes at different times. So I'm just letting you know what's up, coach.
Good block. Good block. Looking at his team. Look at that. You notice, coach, right when he gets the rebound, he's already communicating with his teammate. You saw that little quick look? He communicating with his team. So they already in sync right now.
Yes. And what are we talking about, coach? As you let this play out, what do we talk about when a 2-on-1 break?
Man, you gotta have great spacing.
You gotta have spacing, right?
That's gotta have spacing.
Other thing, the ball handler has to draw the defense.
Have to draw the defender.
And what you notice here is he draws the defender. The defender even sets up and gets ready to take a charge. Like he's ready to listen, and he drops it off with a bounce pass. Like we teach our players a lot of times to throw a bounce pass in a fast break situation because it allows the other player to get a rhythm off the bounce. It's almost like a dribble, and they can time their feet and come and walk right into that ball, right? So he bounce pass. If you watch the player, he just catches the ball 1-2 right into that layup. I love it. Good team play. The defense cannot recover. Layup.
Yep. I would have liked a little more spacing in that.
Yeah. Yes.
But hey, it worked. If it was a little more spacing, because if you have a quicker defender, he can recover.
Yes, we got some shout. Yes, what's up? What's up? Is it Noham the GOAT? I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly. And
what's up, Noham the GOAT? I hope
that's it. Right. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize. And then Erica, I'm assuming that's Levi on there saying, what's up, coach? Yeah, what's up? I'm glad you watching. Hope you're learning something. What's up?
I like it.
If you got any questions, hit us up. Hit us up with some questions.
All right, let's see what we got here on this one here. What's next coming up? Again, look at that spacing. Defenders, he attracted to. Again, who's your man? So we know these are Brunson highlights, right? Okay. So who's the man on the team right here? We don't even know where he is. What kind of defense position is this, coach? Who teaches this?
Yeah, coach, I don't know, because I know you come to our practices. We definitely ain't teaching that, coach.
I mean, right now, that's 2 passes away. Where should he be? Guys, where should he be? Y'all should know, right?
Guys, right here. If you're in the chat, speak up. Coach and I'll tell you.
Come on now.
You got to be the midline. Midline. Always, when you help, you got to be midline. But every single defensive player right here, okay, on Iowa, calling you out, Iowa, you're a number 7 seed. You have 5 guys on the court, and they're all ball watching. Yeah. And what we mean by ball watching is they don't have no clue of where their player is. You got Hart over here on the wing. He can cut back door and get a layup.
Oh yeah.
You got my man. Why am I drawing a blank on number 15's name, man? I know his name. But he can back door because number 10's not watching. He can cut right down the lane. But watch Jalen Brunson.
Nobody was Brunson. He's just right on the island by himself. Like, hey.
The scouting report. Yes, you're right, Lloyd. Midline. Lloyd just gave it midline. Lloyd gave it something.
And still nobody came to the midline. If number 10 right here is on the midline, there's no back door. There's no cut.
No back
door.
Look
at that. Too late. Too late.
Listen, if a player is cutting back door and he goes untouched, make that make sense to me, coach. Because I'm players, I want you guys to understand this. Jalen Brunson cut in front of number 10. One, he should never be able to cut in front of him if number 10's in their proper position. That's one thing, right? Number 2, he cut untouched. So when his teammate threw him a pass, he had an easy path to the basket. And we talk about A-B line all the time, coach. This is an A-B line cut. That's all it is. It's cut. And that's what, coach, real quick here, man, because I want to make sure we get this. And the players that are watching. Did Jalen Brunson score off the dribble here, or did he score off a cut?
Man, he just cut. Watch.
So pass and cut works then, huh? Look at this.
Works.
Oh, look at that cut. Oh, dives hard. And then what does he do?
Nobody touched him. No resistance. No resistance.
Take
Now with 30 seasons, like, oh, let me go. Oh, it's too late.
It's
I can't
too
do
late.
that.
Too late. Both of the help defenders are out of position. Neither one of them are ready to help. And you said, take what the defense gives you. Eventually, they'll give you the game. And here, it's a 54-20, was 20-something game. Man.
One. Yeah. They putting it on them right there, boy.
Yes.
Let's see what we got here.
All right, Miami, number
Brunson
3
go sit in that corner. He's sitting in that corner. He's like, yeah, they're going to lose sight of me. I've seen it before.
Yes.
And again, it's like, remember, Coach, we talk about those mental reps, right? It's like getting those mental reps, studying. I mean, Brunson, he's seen this before, not just through experience, but I'm pretty sure that he's watched tons of film because defense, they get predictable. They get so predictable, man.
Can you, Coach, I don't want to miss this because this is a nugget you give it, right? And, we say to these players, and I say to them, sometimes these kids, they come into a gym and they have holes in their pockets, right? So when you give them a nugget, by the time they out the door, they done forgot the nugget. So I don't want anybody watching this to forget this nugget. And you said something about studying, understanding the game, studying the game, mental reps.
Getting those mental reps, yeah.
So mental reps. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Coach? Please elaborate on that.
So I mean, I tell my son this all the time, and it's something that I wish I would have done as a player. I mean, we didn't have access to all this footage as you guys have today. But the more familiar you are with something, the more confidence you'll have, right? The more confidence you have, the better you'll play, the better your output will be. And a way that you can do that, you can't be on the court 24 hours a day, right? You can't play basketball 24 hours a day, but you can be a student and get mental reps. You can get yourself into these situations where you can study how defenders move, how zones work, how man-to-man work. What are the principles? What are the certain tendencies of defenders? And if you begin to collect all this data, right? You're getting these mental reps. So when you see it, you're familiar with it. And when you're familiar, you're comfortable, right? You're not nervous. You're not scared, right? You're not like a deer in the headlights. It's like, boom, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Right. I've studied and he's going to do this, this, or this. So if he does this, this, or this, I'm prepared for this, this, and this. That's where the counters come. That's when you begin to catalog and create counters because you have a familiarity with the game because you produced all these mental reps. So that's what I mean about the mental reps. It's just studying the game and just get super familiar with it. And then you can do that by studying. And I know some people, you can do that by studying. You can do that by playing, video. Like if you play video games that's going to help you. You know what I'm saying? But do something that's, if your desire is to become great at this or to tap in that potential and to get go as far as this game will take you, you have to be willing to sacrifice, right? And do everything that you can to help yourself become a better player. So if you like playing video games, play video games that's going to help you. Get mental reps.
Come on.
It's something that simple. Watch film. You got these little devices. We got these devices, Coach, right here all day, right? We got these. Use them.
What are they called, Coach?
Man, these devices, these smartphones,
smartphones.
These little mini computers, man. You talking like I'm old, man. I know these devices.
No. The reason why I'm saying that, Coach, I want to make sure they know it's called a smartphone. So if it's a smartphone, it should make you smarter. So you should be using it to improve what you have a desire to do. Like players come to us all the time and they be like, Coach, I want to play at the college level. I said, do you? And I was like, okay, cool. I asked players to give me your balance of your week, right? From video games, school, basketball, right? I had one player tell me, Coach, no joke, Coach, he said I spend 30 hours a week on video games, not basketball related. Right. You know what I said? Know what I said to him? I said, man, listen, I love you. Bless you. I want to do everything I can to help you, but you don't want to play college basketball.
Nah.
Because the 30 hours you're spending on video games, somebody else is doing that on the basketball court and watching.
Dude, that's a full-time job, man. Coach, 30 hours?
My man said 30 hours. My mouth dropped, Coach. I'm like, I don't know how he did it, but it just, we just want to let you all know that you have to have a balance. that if you have a desire to play this game, right? And as you know, Coach and I, man, we're unapologetic about our faith. So if you're going to build a house, you got to count the cost. If you want to play college basketball, you got to count the cost. It's going to cost you something. The thing is what is it going to cost you?
Right.
Is it going to cost you video game time? Is it going to cost you hanging out in, I don't know, man, wherever you like to hang out with your friends? What is going to cost you something if that's your desire? If it's not, that's fine. But yeah, cheap lower 42. Yes, 30 hours is crazy. You know, is that Richmond? Man,
that's Richmond, yeah.
Come on, Richmond. Listen, 30 hours is crazy. You know, to me, 10 hours is crazy if it's not basketball related. But that's it. That's once again, if you want to play this game. So and so when he talks about the mental reps and being a student of the game, and my mentor Keith Jennings, man, shout out to Mr. Jennings. And if y'all don't know who that is, man, go look up Keith. Mr. Jennings played at East Tennessee State, high school All-American, college All-American. He was the truth, a 5'7" point guard that made it to the NBA. And so here's a key thing he said to me. You got to be able to break down the game like the doctor breaks down the body. There has to be an understanding. And you walk into that game with a level of confidence. Man, I'm telling you, if you don't have the playing reps, if you have the mental reps, you have a confidence because you have a deep understanding of the game. So, hey, yes, you're right, Levi. I think that's you saying Kobe even talks about that. Yes, the great late Kobe Bryant was a student of the game. He has this thing called details, Coach. Man, go as we let this play, because I'm sorry we're on a soapbox a little bit, but we want to make sure you hear this. Kobe had this thing on ESPN called Details. Man, that was some of the best breakdown of players, man, I've ever seen out there, man. Yeah. I go back and watch several of those because I want to learn. I want to become a better coach. You know, I don't necessarily have to become a better player, Coach, because I ain't trying to get up and down the court like I used to. But I do want to train myself as a ball player. So when I demonstrate, I can demonstrate correctly. So yes, I do still train and work on my stuff so I can demonstrate properly. But at the same time, you have to be a student of the game. You have to.
Yeah, look at that. Brunson, his hands, he ready. He already know. Hands, boom, catch, shoot, hands down, man down. Mark Jackson.
So
hands down, man down.
Man down. What I like about Brunson, Coach, if you look at it, he's always on balance.
Yeah.
And we talked about that in some of the notes that we're breaking down here. But he steps to the ball. He gets his feet under him. He rises up and he shoots. So he shoots on balance. Even when he does bumps and he fades, he's still balanced. So, man, listen, I love that, man. Go ahead. Let's watch some more highlights, Coach. I know we've been talking, but we've been having some fun. And, Coach, I love doing this with you, Coach, man. And I'm glad. I know we boys and we get to talk a lot, man. But, man, this is fun. Breaking stuff down with you. Come on, let's keep doing it, Coach.
Look at AB line. He created an AB line. And look, again, I know we keep talking about these defenders. But come on, man. Come on, man. Look at what are you doing? He just got his head flat-footed, his head turned. This man here trying to figure out what is he gonna set the screen or not? Am I gonna hedge up or what? And watch this. I can just see it coming. I just saw it all the way. You can just see it. Look at that. All the way through. And look at the big man. Big man just walked down for the dunk. He just walked down. He just watched and walked down.
Man, Coach, you got to play this. You can pause this for a second real quick, Coach. All right. Jalen Brunson is getting ready to draw 4 defenders.
This guy right here, man. What Coach need to pull him out the game, man. He's still flat. Look, his feet, heels still on the ground. Look at that, man.
Coach. I know we laughing because the reason why we're laughing, because defensively this makes no sense. The big guy, he doesn't even have to sprint down the lane. He walks right into an easy layup. Look at 4 guys. 5 guys are watching, but then he's the other guy. Coach,
he ain't moved 3 feet, man.
Coach, he didn't even bump him. He didn't even move to say, "Hey, man, guys diving down the lane." Communication. We
didn't even see him though. Look at him, his head. He has no idea.
Wow.
There you go.
Yes.
And then still didn't do anything.
Yes, Megan. Ole defense. Yes, Ole. Yes.
That's good. Look at that. He come right down the lane. But I like the patience of the big man.
Yeah.
He wasn't anxious.
Nope.
He didn't do too much. I'm just gonna watch and I'm just gonna get in this open space because I know I have confidence that Brunson's gonna give me the ball.
But watch the big fella's hands. All right. Watch how he gets his hands ready once he gets to his spot.
Yep. He know.
Look at that. You ready? Catch, and he goes up. One step and up. He don't dribble, coach. He don't do any extra stuff. He's like, listen, man, you either foul me. I already got you beat. I'm going straight up.
I'm sorry. I'm picking on this fella here, man. But number one, this cat was flat-footed. He let him walk. Number one, he let Brunson go right by him. And then he let the big man dive. And then look at this attempt to block the shot. Watch.
Man, coach. Yeah. Man.
Okay, be like, coach, I tried, coach. I tried, coach. That's funny.
Man, let it go, coach. Let it go. Hey, coach, as we start to I want to wind this down, right? We want to open it up to questions. Okay. Put your questions in the chat and let us know as we wind this down and really, what do they say? Land this plane, right?
That was great.
Oh, man.
Cool.
I want to see that.
Number one, he got my man stumbling right here, coming off that screen. Stepped on his foot.
Fights over the top. Ooh, look at that pocket pads.
Yeah, right there.
Ooh. I was working some players out today, coach, and one of the things we was working on. Ooh, see, guards, coach. You know I like this, man. As a guard, coach, I like this. He not only threw a pocket pass, he leads them to the basket. Watch where he places his ball. Leads them. All he has to do is catch and go up. Players, please listen to me on this. Most players think ball handling is just dribbling the ball. Passing is a part of ball handling. Learn how to pass the rock. He put this pass on the money, let him right to the basket, split two people with a nice little pocket pass, bounce pass. Defender couldn't get a hand on it. No direct line passes in that situation. Layup, dunk. Man, coach, we're not getting any questions, so we got a shy crowd. That's okay.
Yeah,
we appreciate you guys, man. Listen, coach, I tell you what, man, I've been looking at the viewers, man. They've been holding strong the whole time.
Yeah,
we
man.
Give you guys
first one.
I hope you guys are enjoying what we're sharing. If you are, man, put a comment in there. We appreciate that. But I'm just Jalen Brunson, players, go study this guy.
Yeah.
Go and if you're like middle school, elementary, or high school player, go study him in college. Okay, there's certain things that the NBA that players are going to do based on offensive sets that are a little bit different in college. And for example, I heard Kenny Smith say it one time. He said some of the best coaches are in college. He said there's just more coaches in college. NBA only has 30 coaches, right? As far as head coach. Now, that's one person's opinion, right? But there's a lot of coaches in college that have to scheme more defensively. There's no defensive 3 seconds, for example. So as an offense, you have to be able to run different type of sets or understand the game in order to score, because it's not the same freedom that you may get in the NBA where you got these open driving lanes, because the backside help can't help like you can at the high school and college level. So players, go and study some college players. Study Jalen Brunson, man, please. It will help your game. What we got here on this one, coach? Let me see what he's going to do here. Ooh, okay, good pick. But what does he do, coach? Pushes it, sees the player, right? Yeah, good hand. Player. Yeah. You know what, coach, go back a little bit, because I think it's a good thing we can talk about. Pause before he rips him. Okay, pause it. Okay, keep letting it play. Let it get to him as he comes down. I want to show you what I'm talking about here. Yeah, let's see this. Pause. All right, listen. So what I'm looking at here, Jalen Brunson's already glancing over and he's taking a picture of what's going on here from a defensive standpoint. But he's also ready to move. He's ready to move in this situation. So as he goes to move, the offensive player exposes the ball. And this is what I want you guards and big men to understand. If you expose the ball to a good defender, all they're going to do is tip it out just like this. He exposes the ball. Go ahead and let that play, coach. Exposing it. Listen, wasn't protecting it, did not put his body between. He just exposes it. Listen, that's an easy steal. Easy steal. And if he used his offhand correctly, he would have saw Jalen Brunson's left hand, and he would have knocked that left hand down as soon as he went to reach.
Ooh, nice. Nice finish. Oh, let me step. Ooh.
Is that Buddy Hield he got? Ooh.
So, that was Buddy, yeah. Oklahoma, yep.
Buddy Hield, Buddy Love. Buddy wasn't ready for that. So he saw Buddy coming. If you watch that play, you go back a little bit, Coach, right? He go back a little bit more. I'm sorry, Coach. Pause right here.
So I'm running, yeah. Oh,
right.
Hold on. We got one more.
Like he takes a peek and looks over, and he's like, okay, what kind of line is a defender running on? So he starts to go veer middle at him. He's not going out wider. He veers middle, and then he euros him and finishes another side. Once again, he has a good layup package. He can finish on either side. So little things that y'all need to pay attention to when you're working on your game. Make sure you're working on your finishing.
Right.
What we got here, Coach? Yeah.
You see that? You see that little shoulder bump, man. Kyrie always talks about that. You see that little bump?
That Kyrie good at that shoulder bump. Coach.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play that real quick, Coach. Is that Buddy Hield? He got it. Man, he
got Buddy. You see that elbow come out like boop? Gave him a little bit. I'm gonna keep your momentum's going. Let me just keep you going a little bit.
Give him
you out a little bit. I see.
Gave him a little chicken wing, and his momentum went downhill. Yes,
guys, you got to be able to be under control. Look at that.
His
mid-range is like a layup. Mid-range should be like a layup.
Mid-range, man. I love the way he gets unbalanced when he shoots his mid-range, Coach. And you know another thing, Coach, Jalen, that we don't want to forget, man, he never gets sped up. You know, he plays at his pace.
Yeah.
Even though we're watching this in a slower speed and we're trying to make sure you see this, it's important to understand he plays at his pace. You can't speed him up. You know? Right. So listen, Corey got a question, Coach. I like this question. He says, how do you teach players to welcome contact, especially to make sure they're going A to B versus getting bumped off their line, basically getting bumped out? So when we say bumped out, it means bumped off their line. And so you got that question, says, how do we teach players to welcome contact? And what's your thoughts on that, Coach?
Corey, that's really one of the hardest things that Coach and I that we've been dealing with. Is kids welcoming that contact, not being afraid of the contact. But I think the more confident you are from my experience in training kids and players throughout the years, the more confidence someone has in their dribbling ability, right, or in their scoring ability, the more likely they are to embrace that contact because they have an understanding that they can use that contact to their advantage.
Yep.
But when you don't have confidence in your dribbling, your ball handling, you don't have confidence in your finishing, right? You're going to be less likely to absorb that contact. So you're going to find yourself running away from that contact because you don't have that confidence in your skills.
Yes. You know, Jacob, good friend of ours, his son Carson, and he was, he's a former safety, DB, all that. So when he plays against his son, he's physical with him, which is perfect, right? And if you watch Carson play, you understand why he can absorb contact. So that's another way. Like when you're playing, when I'm playing with my boys, a lot of times I'll play them physical because I just want to see where their mind is at, because a lot of that stuff is fear. So a lot of times players run from contact or they run from a defensive player because the ball has been taken from them. So they're afraid. So that's their protection mechanism, right? But as Coach said, he says, as a player gains confidence in their skill set, then they will start to take more risk in creating the contact. So within practices, so I workout I was doing today, man, I got physical. Like I was bumping this kid. I was bumping him. And I wanted to see how he was going to respond. And it's two of them I was working with. One of them welcomed the contact and he bumped me back. And I was like, I like that. Because I wanted to really see where his mental space was. And the other one, I was telling him how important it is. I said, the more the less you are with the physical contact, the more you're going to shut down when it happens in the game.
Right.
So the more you can kind of simulate it, like me and Coach talk all the time about how do we manufacture what people call toughness, like what makes a player tough. And some players are more resilient than others, and so they'll take on a challenge differently. So then with certain players, we're constantly as coaches trying to find ways for them to understand why it's important and what is their definition of tough. So I may come to a player, it's like, hey, listen, here's the end of the day. A defensive player, his job is not to let you score. They're trying to stop you from scoring. So if they're impeding your progress, or say they're coming in your house and your favorite dish, they're coming in and they want to eat your food, what are you going to do? Are you just going to let them? Well, when I look at that basketball, I'm like, man, that's a meal to me. You're trying to take away my meal. So listen, we're gonna have a little scuffle over this meal, and I hope you hear me when I say this, where it's you have to practice that stuff, and dads out there, like, so. You know, I wrestle with my boys too, man, and they still think they can get me. They try to double team me and all that kind of stuff, or triple team me, but they still ain't quite ready for that, Coach. But that's a part of it, just that contact, you know.
Let me piggyback that. So Corey, I think it's valuable to, as dads, that we roughhouse and we play our kids hard when we're playing against them, push them around. But what I've found out is they're going to always play hard against you. Yes. They're going to play hard against you. And the key is trying to get that to transfer over for when they're playing against someone else, right? Because remember we talked about earlier, the more familiar you are with something, the more confidence you're going to have. So it's trying to recreate that familiarity. So as you are pushing them and making them tough, just really focus on them gaining confidence with their skills. Right? Because the more confidence they have with their skills, the more likely they are to try to bring that contact, right? Instead of shy away from it. Yeah. And also just get them around strangers, get them playing some pickup and watch them play pickup and coach them through it. When you see them being soft, like, nah, you need to go into, quit shying away from that contact. Go downhill, go straight at the bucket, right? Absorb that contact, learn, because if you never learn how to absorb that contact, you won't know how to score within the contact. So playing hard with them is great, but also you got to find a way to transfer that. So when they're playing other guys, so they're so the familiar, when there's no familiarity, they're still confident in their skill set, which will prompt them to be more physical in their play. I hope that makes sense.
And as we get ready to land this plane, right? So once you thank you guys for tuning in. Right. But I want you, key thing here, as we're dads as well. Yes, we've been coaching for 20 plus years apiece. Right. And we're dads as well. And sometimes coaching your sons is sometimes even harder. So what I want to encourage parents, or even if you're coaching your sons, is make sure you're cultivating that relationship at the same time, because they're gonna take words from you a lot different than they take words from somebody else. There's sometimes when Coach and I are coaching together, sometimes, man, I'll let him say something to my son and I'll say something to his boy, and sometimes we'll find that balance. And it's a navigating process. But at the end of the day, man, it's a fun game, it's a beautiful game, but it's not a game that defines us. Right. We are defined by our Heavenly Father, and we're thankful for that. And so, but this game, man, the better you get at it, the more fun you have. So we want to encourage you to work on your game so you can have more fun playing it. And yes, Corey, you're welcome, man. I just want to listen, Corey. Corbin has improved a lot.
A lot, yeah.
I'm listening, and I know you're talking about on here. He says, the trash talk is on point.
That's what I was laughing at. I was laughing at that earlier when I saw that.
So listen, yes, like, my boys still trash talk to me, and it's funny. They're like, Dad, I can beat you on one-on-one. I'm like, man, listen, I know how to play y'all physical. Yeah, they're definitely. I know they're hearing this, man. My boys are a lot more athletic than me than I am now. But at the same time, I put that form in them, and they're like, they got to battle it. So we have some fun. We talk some healthy trash, what I would say, right? But let's have some fun. And Coach, man, I want to throw it to you this really the last nugget here that we can leave everyone with before we step away? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but man, you got a lot of wisdom, man. Share it, Coach.
Man, I don't know how much of that I have, but I have words sometimes. But I mean, the biggest thing is, as a father, the challenge is you have to get to the point to where you have to allow your child to develop a passion, and you have to allow them to go after it on their own, right? I mean, Coach and I, we say all the time, you know, we can only push, as fathers, we can only push so much. Eventually the weight gets heavy, right? Imagine if you're out there pushing a 200-pound boulder. Yeah, you start off strong, right? But eventually, man, you're going to get tired. Or if you're pulling it, right? You can only do that for so long. The kid has to eventually take hold of their future, what they want to do, right?
Yes.
If this is something they want to do, then they have to make it their own, and they have to gain a passion to want to do it. And we have to be there to support them. Like us, we're here to support. We're here to help players tap into that potential that God has blessed you with. But eventually it has to be you the one who has to take hold of that wheel, and you have to drive. We're the navigation system. That's it. We're the navigation system. We'll show you how to get there, but you got to sit in that seat. You got to put your hands on that wheel, and you got to push that gas. So for everybody that's watching, man, we encourage you to just continue to push your sons, be there, and your sons and daughters, be there for them, invest in them. But eventually you got to let them drive.
Yep.
Because if you don't, it's going to drive you crazy. So you gotta let them drive.
Oh,
let them drive. Teach them how to drive. Become that navigation system for them, and help them get to where they want to go.
Yep.
But let them be the one that's really spearheading. And take what we'll Coach and I will do what we can, man, to add to these kids, to help them with their basketball understanding and basketball IQ and their skill set, to help prepare them. But eventually it's them who has to be the one who drive that train.
That's it, Coach. Man, Coach, well done, man. It's fun. Listen, we thank you guys again for tuning in to Go Get It Basketball Academy kind of video breakdown. We're looking at doing this more often. And we'll do it
every Sunday. We're looking at doing it every Sunday at 6.
Every Sunday at 6.
We plan to be here.
Central Standard Time.
Central Standard Time. We will be here. And every week we'll have something new that we're talking about. But it's always will be a breakdown, right? Because we want these kids to learn how to get those mental reps so they can become more familiar and have more fun on the court.
Yes, and you're welcome. I see Levi there he is. Levi over here saying, thanks, Coach. Got a lot out of this. You're welcome.
Thanks, Levi.
You're welcome, young fella. All right. Well, Coach, I would say, as we say on our videos, boom.
We out.
Peace.
See you guys.